You are listening to the B-Cast.
What is up? We are here. We're not back because this is number one.
This is number one.
Number one. We are the Father Figgas, and we're here to talk about dad shit.
Yeah.
Father shit, dad shit, talking about dad bods, mom.
Well, we're
don'ts.
dads.
We're dads.
So we'll talk about
being dads.
Being dads.
It's kind of like what we were talking about on the way here. Like men don't have. You never hear men talking about like men shit. Like when people talk about men shit, it does like resonate with me. It makes me wanna like pay attention. It hits home. You know what I mean? Like nobody's really out there dedicated talking about maybe Barstool Sports. Is like your only outlet for like male,
yeah, I guess
shit nowadays.
But and I think that when anybody does feature that it's kind of corny. Like you're going out of your way to do it, and it's not.
Yes.
You know what I think man shit is natural things that you have to do.
Yes.
That's what being a man is.
Yes, like farting.
Yeah.
Right? Like
yeah,
that's
dude,
no
fucking shit. Fucking cheap laugh.
That's the first on the dad shit to do.
Eat, sleep, shit, fucking.
Because listen, you have a little one, very little, right?
4 months and
you can't fart in her face yet.
Who told you that? Of course I can. What? I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You can do it now, but they're just not going to react the way you want. The fun in farting on them is the reaction.
She might like it though. That's the weird thing is that I think I don't know. I just discovered this because she's teething and crying nonstop.
Oof.
Like, and it's that blood curdling, I'm in pain cry, and I'm a first time dad.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
41 years old, first time dad. It's terrifying. And I hate hearing her cry because it's annoying and, it keeps us from getting stuff done, my wife and I. But on top of that, it reaches a level. This cry is like something instinctual clicks inside a man. It's man stuff right there. Mm. Something instinctual clicks and you're like, fuck, something's wrong. And that feeling clicks another instinct that says, I got to fix it. And I'm holding this kid. She's like 13 pounds. And I'm just holding her for hours and hours, or, really my wife is for hours and hours. But it seems like hours and hours. And she'll be okay for 10 minutes, maybe 6. And then she lets out this blood-curdling cry, and it stops everything around. I don't care if you're not a dad. If you're there, you're like, what is that? Yeah. It sounds like a train coming off rails. It's
and then you think
terrible.
People think you're a bad parent?
Yeah. And so she's crying like this, and she's teething. Double drink.
Yeah.
That was good timing.
Pounded
Both
it.
took a fucking drink at the same time, dummies. It's number
Twinsies,
one.
Jinx.
Give me a fucking break.
Jinxies.
So she's teething, and this horrible cry leads me to anything I can do to stop it. So we give her Tylenol, little fucking dropper. It's such a pain in the ass. But she likes it. She knows that when it's coming, she does that. Yeah. She does this like mouthy thing, and then when she drinks it, she's totally cool with it. Like she'll stop crying to drink that medicine. So I don't know if it's her understanding that it's going to help her, if it tastes okay, but it tastes like medicine.
Yeah.
So then it still doesn't stop her from crying. Like last night, we said, fuck it. We're giving her rum.
Oh.
Yeah, so we took that classic shit.
Yeah.
Where you're supposed to put your finger in rum and rub it on their gums or whatever, or put it on a nipple. Mm-hmm. So I come home from work and my wife's been telling me all day.
They're both drunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking waiting for,
home,
too.
They're both drunk.
Come home, they're both slurring. She says, no, she was telling me all day the baby's fucking killing me, crying all day. So I said, all right, tonight we'll try that. Or try it now, I told her. Just give her some booze. Booze her up, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't do that because she wants to wait for me because she's, very responsible mom. So I get home and she goes, oh, let's do it. I go, come on, hurry up. Go get this shit. She's like, it's in a bottle. I'm like, I'm thinking it's in a booze bottle. We had these little airplane bottles, I think, that we were using for this. So she took the airplane bottle, opened it up, and put it in a baby bottle. I'm like, you understand we're not feeding her fucking booze, right?
Not giving her the whole bottle.
Yeah, she's like, no, I put it in there. I'm like, there's a nipple on it. It's a baby bottle.
This is what people are doing now because of the formula shortage.
I don't know. She has pregnant brain now, so I don't even know. She maybe it was a brain fart, but I'm like, all right, it doesn't belong in this anyway. I broke her balls. I shouldn't do that anymore. So we give her my wife sticks her pinky in there and rubs it in her mouth, and I smell it, and I hate the smell of booze. I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. If that's man shit, I'm not a man because I don't love the smell of booze. But especially this shit. So I smell it as she's like sticking her finger in it, and I'm grossed out, and I'm thinking the baby's gonna be grossed out. And she sticks her pinky in her mouth and rubs it on her gums, and she had this like. This like in lifting, like, oh, what was that? Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? This shit's like fucking rubbing alcohol. It stinks. But she never had that before. So maybe in an absence of it worked for fucking 8 seconds. She smiled and then,
oh god, and she was like, more.
I don't know.
More.
We were afraid.
Where's my Jack, bitch? That's what she's gonna say.
Fucking drunk already.
Get me my Jack, bitch. What do you got in this bottle?
I'm afraid of the day that comes.
You're gonna have to give her.
I'll only stop crying if you get me drunk. She's gonna have to drink then.
You're gonna have to your formula. You have to put Kahlua in her formula.
Oh, god, that's another issue. That's great.
Yeah,
fucking formula.
I hate fucking booze.
Oh,
I'm not. Remember when I went up to your house, upstate New York?
Yeah.
So want to talk about man shit? This is what I thought doing man shit was. Right. This is how much of a Scotch drinker that I am. When I went up to your house. And everybody started drinking, and it was like 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I saw the Glenlivet.
Oh.
Right? Was it Glenlivet or was it the other Mac? McGregor's? Is it? No, it's the other one. Macallan. Yes, it was Macallan.
Some other shit. Yeah.
It was Macallan, and I just knew, like, I don't know shit about whiskey and all that, like, fucking lifestyle of drinking whiskey and shit. So I poured myself a glass, and then I drank it like a shot. And I think either you told me or maybe it was your dad that was like, you don't drink it like that. You're supposed to sip it. And I was like, I don't know. I needed to warm up. It was like not even that cold out.
No,
like,
you know what? You have to own that. You can, like, whatever. The man part of it comes how you deliver it, like.
Yeah.
Listen, if I turn around and I'm like, oh, that's not how you drink it. You're supposed to sip it.
Yeah.
That's probably because that's how I want to do it. There is no the man way, that like whole what you were talking about, the whiskey and the Scotch, that new like society that has created.
But it looks like fucking so good in the movies, like when Matthew McConaughey, like look at that Lincoln commercial.
Yeah.
Right? Where he has like he just has his like wrist dangling over the edge of the fucking.
Well, first of all, he's in a Lincoln driving, so hopefully that's not fucking Scotch.
That's the hilarious part of it, right? Is that he's sitting there and he's swirling the glass around, the ice in the glass, like so romantically.
Yeah, like it's
right. He's got his legs crossed manly, and he's like got his hands draped over the like low back couch, like the little little chair, and then he's swirling around, and then it's like going in. I never even thought. Now you brought up a good point, because I never even thought about they're going in between shots of him doing that and then shots of him driving this Navigator. Yeah, and it's like, I think you're promoting drinking and driving. This is not proper.
Maybe that is a man shit. All right, so that to me is just a character that they know guys want to relate to.
Yes.
So they're going to buy a Lincoln or they're going to drink that shit.
The dude that comes home from a hard day of work and he pours himself a glass. And
like, do you think the first guys that drank Scotch or whiskey probably when they were cowboys and they just got off a horse for 18 hours, you think they were like, I'm going to go and put on this fucking fancy hat and I'm going to sit with my boots on this chair and I'm going to drink? No, they just drank it because they needed that.
Because they needed to take
So if you woke up that day at 10 in the morning at my house And I was like, and I gave you any mock at all. If you felt that way, I apologize.
No, not at all. I don't know who it was. It might have even been your uncle because it was like I poured it,
maybe,
and then I just drank it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Hey, man, you're supposed to sip that."
Oh, maybe it was probably
like
my
joking
uncle.
around. It wasn't like I did something wrong.
But I think because
it's 10 in the morning, why am I chugging whiskey?
Right. But if you saw some like hard ass 65-year-old like leather-faced cowboy do that at 10 in the morning, if you were anywhere at my house or somewhere else and you saw this rancher, like a hard dude, and he just poured himself a glass and chugged it, you'd be like, that's the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, like, why? He must have fucking needed that. You know, that's why he did that. Instead of like me or whoever said that to you at that time was whatever, whether they were joking or not. You're right. There's a whole like little society of people, and they get together and they have clubs where they smoke cigars or they fucking drink.
Oh, those
that's
fucking
a big
places,
thing.
right? You have you? No, you took me. Where the fuck did you take me?
We went to JR.
JR, but they didn't have a smoke lounge, right? In that one,
on our way upstate.
That's the one we went to.
We stopped over. Yeah, they have a huge. You can smoke anywhere in that building, and they have misters in the corners, and they have leather couches,
they have
and
lockers. Right,
probably,
you have those humidor lockers.
I'm sure that place does. It's huge. It's 170,000 square feet. That place.
There's a place in. I think there's one in Teaneck that I know of that was at Mike Jones's spot, Hackensack Brewery,
really?
And he hired like cigar rollers.
Nice.
And they have a spot, like a cigar spot, but that's like hand in hand, whiskey and cigars.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that people use that because it's cool. And I don't know. Cool. I just have, they make it look cool for sure. But if you notice, guys that go there, because I have a good friend that goes to cigar lounges a lot, and he takes pictures while he's smoking his stick, and he's cool. He keeps it real. But there's other people there that are wearing leather vests, and you can't tell me you wear a leather vest all the fucking time. That's not your attire. You got dressed up to go have a cigar
not
with your
in the
buddies.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, exactly. And not even that, like a brown one, like you're fucking Indiana Jones. You don't dress like that, bro.
Relax, cowboy.
Yeah. You're not a fucking
Slow
archaeologist. You don't have that whip or the fedora.
Yeah.
And if you do, and you're wearing it to go have a drink with your buddies, maybe you're, I don't know.
Maybe you're just
tell
a
me,
fucking
like,
comic. Maybe you're just a comic. And you're like, you know what?
I was going to say, maybe you're really lost. You just cut right to the fucking.
I'm just going to dress. That's the only people that do some stupid shit like that. Mm-hmm. You just dress up like in a fucking get up and go out somewhere. Dress up in a get up and you have the cigar like playing a character.
That's not true though. I work at a shooting range, and people dress up to go to a shooting range all the fucking time.
Don't tell me
it's so
that people dress in camouflage and go to the gun range.
If you have camouflage, if you have green, brown, camo, or something like that, and it's time to go to a shooting range, these people wear it. It could be jeans shorts, but they have a camo. Like
camo hat. I'd wear my camo Atlanta Braves hat.
They always do. And even if it's very subtle, you're like, you still chose to wear camo to come here. Then there's people that are not subtle at all. They go full military to go to a shooting range.
Yeah.
And us guys that work there, a lot of guys that are military or ex-police that work there, we all think you're a fucking joke. We laugh about it hard. And we mock the shit out of people. So I know a guy that used to wear a bulletproof vest to go to the range.
You never know. Accidents can happen.
Yeah, bro. But he didn't have plates in it.
So he was like 50 Cent?
So he was trying to wear it just to tell everybody, like, hey, I got a vest.
Yeah.
Or maybe like, hey, I used to be in the army or something. Bro, we don't like you.
Maybe they don't sell them anymore. Maybe he bought it like in...
They sell them.
They don't sell the plates anymore. They outlawed bulletproof vests.
No, they just haven't found that yet. That little, they'll hit that button soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, they got some good ideas. Have you seen any of those? Because this is another topic that we had touched on a little bit earlier about fucking schools and shit. Have you seen like the defense shit that they're coming out with at schools? Like, have you seen the bulletproof bulletproof bookcases?
What?
Yes, they're blue steel bookcases and they're attached on like a hinge mount so that you can like release it and then slide it in front of the door. So then it becomes a barricade and it's bulletproof.
Wow.
So you can lock your door. Like I was looking at all these security experts and the shits that they come up. Bro, there's a school that has this crazy camera system where they got cameras everywhere. And then they have a literal monitoring station where there's a guy that's watching all the cameras. And if there's like an intruder, he can shut down he can close doors. He can lock the building down, and then he can use this fog system, and fog everywhere so you can't see anything, and then like basically guide you into an area where you can get ambushed by like responding officers. Like they can set you up.
Oh, to get rescued.
They can set you up as the intruder. Like if you're the intruder and you're going through the building,
they can lock you in between two doors,
and then you're locked in the doors. But then they like leave a door open, and then you have to go this way, and then it'll just lead you into a trap.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah.
So talk about not making a military state, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? I don't like the military state when you're like using the security against the students. Like, I don't want a metal detector, but I want a single point of entry. Right? You have exits and ways to get out, but single point of entry, one way to get in the building. Yeah. And that should be with an armed guard. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they should arm a teacher.
If they want to be, yes.
Yeah,
if they want to be, but I go to pick my daughter up. All right? When I go to pick my daughter up from school, like this is a whole new experience. This is the first year I'm doing it, right? Doing the school pickups. Last year was kindergarten. And fuck if I don't remember the school pickups. No, we didn't because we had fucking virtual school all year.
Oh, yeah.
The kindergarten was all virtual. Yes. I was like, wait, I don't remember picking her up for kindergarten. Did I abandon her this whole year? Did I leave? No, it was fucking virtual school, so there was no pickups. So now I'm doing the pickups for the first time. And this is like a fucking crazy experience because now your kid's interacting with people when you're not around.
Oh, man.
Right? And then you're like outside of that picture, and then you're seeing the people that she's interacting with, like all the kids I'm meeting. Like my daughter likes to she likes to show me off to all her friends. Like, this is my dad. Yeah, come talk to my dad, you know, because she knows I'm going to make them laugh. She knows I'm going to bullshit them. She knows that, you know, whatever. She knows I'm fucking cool.
She's proud of her dad, yeah.
Exactly. And she tells everybody that I'm famous, you know, because she saw, like, I was on YouTube. She saw, like, a YouTube video of mine with, like, 103 views. And she's like, oh, you're on YouTube? You know, because the YouTube is her everything, you know? Like, that's what she watches. She doesn't give a shit. If I put a fucking Disney movie on, she'll watch it for 20 minutes, and then she's on YouTube. Yeah. Not paying attention to the movie no more. Like, YouTube is where it's at. So she puts me, so now I'm like confronted by all these people that she's with, and I'm looking at these teachers, and I'm like, I don't want none of these teachers armed. Like these, you know, then there's other teachers though, you see, they're more confident, they're, you know, more leaders. There was this one video I saw, it might have been in the same series of, because it was like a news report that I saw that they were doing with that school that had that crazy security system.
Oh,
and shit.
right.
And then the teachers were armed. So there was these fucking 3 teachers, these fucking guys, and they're like, all right, so he's like, so what are you carrying? He fucking pulls holster. I got a cig, that, pop, check.
Wow.
And then the other one's like, what are you carrying? And then the other teacher, I got you know, and they're like, all 3 of them have it. And then they showed the principal, who's like a minister, and they called him like pastor, whatever his name is, or, you know, like, what do you call a fucking reverend or something like that? Yeah, and they called him like that, his name, and then he fucking showed his gun, and his gun he carries in a book that looks like a Bible.
Wow.
It looks like a Bible, but it's a fucking locking thing for the gun. So like his fingerprint opens it, and then inside is his gun.
That's
so
awesome.
It looks like a fucking book. Another lady teacher, she has a fucking gun. And then they asked the kids, like, how does it make you feel safer that your teachers have guns? And the kids were like, yep. Wow. All the kids are like, yep. And I'm like, in like uneducated, my emotional reaction to that is like what you said. Like, I don't want my daughter living in a prison with armed guards. You know, I don't want these bullshit teachers.
I wasn't necessarily. I know where you're going. I wasn't necessarily saying like I don't think, but we were talking earlier about people now lately not wanting military equipment in the police.
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't
want a military state. And
I know what you're saying.
I'm not saying I want either way right now, but I'm totally for it. If it's going to keep my kids safe, I'm fine. I don't want them feeling like they're walking through a prison.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird. You know, if they know that these systems are in there and they're implemented, I would rather that they didn't.
But more that makes me scared as a parent is not like, yeah, I get this. I'm scared of somebody coming to a school and shooting the school. Like, I'm scared of that. That's a fucking fearful thing. It's terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm fearful of a car accident. I'm fearful of a fire. I'm fearful of all these things. And my reaction, it's almost like you can't protect against everything.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to make sure the one thing you can control is your response to it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can physically control. You can do as much as you want, and you know, you should take precautions to fireproof your house and make it safe, like not have fire hazards, but you can't fireproof your house.
Yep.
Right? You can't let the fear, if my cousins you know, God forbid their house burns down and their fucking kid dies in the fire, I can't now rearrange my life to like make my house like fireproof.
Right.
I can't go out of the extraordinary. That's not a logical reaction.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My reaction has to be, okay, what can I do to make sure I don't have a fire? Let me make sure these outlets are clear, you know, like, but also if there is a fire, because guess what? I can't stop a fire from happening. I can't stop some maniac from killing people.
Yeah.
I can't stop a maniac from killing my daughter when I'm not there. You know what I mean? I can't stop it. But I hope that if there's a situation like that, that the response isn't, let's wait outside the school for 90 minutes while this guy's just shooting people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'll take it a step further. Just like you would fireproof your house if you could, it was within your means, and that's perfect the way you said that, because we can't help crazy people. They're gonna do crazy things. That's why they're crazy. So I can't make hammers illegal. Otherwise we can't build houses.
yeah.
So if crazy people don't regard what kind of tool they use, they don't care if it's a hammer, a knife, or a gun.
Bomb.
Or a bomb, right? Just like fire, just like I can't stop fire. It will burn. That's what it does. It will burn things. So I'm going to try and make my house fire resistant. And I'm going to try and keep my kid safe from fire.
But I'm not going to go tell my fucking neighbors, hey, you got to do everything I'm doing too.
Right,
You got to
exactly.
you know, like
this
everybody's
is their prerogative.
Yeah.
Just like I think it's more important that I cannot tell them what to do. I think it's equally important that other people are telling us what to do. And what I'm trying to get at is, if there are crazy people out there that do, proven over time and time again, have access to firearms, why is it that people in certain states, like our state, cannot? I'm not talking about everybody. We are allowed to have guns, but our carry rules are insanely old. They're older than fossils. There's no reason that we can't carry a gun, that a responsible, trained person shouldn't be able to carry a gun, just like the 38 other states or whatever, when we have so many criminals and we're concentrated in this blue state. And these criminals don't care about the rules, but we have our own people tying us down. And I'm only bringing this up because I see it all the time, and people talk about it all the time in my world. And it's
because it's just the like a rational, emotional response, right? Because, dude, you can't rationalize with someone that just lost a child.
Yeah.
You can't expect that person to rationally I don't know. I mean, for me, in my mind, when I think about it, that is like the scariest thing in the fucking world. I feel like I wouldn't be able to recover. In my mind, I don't know how people lose children and still function in society.
We even hearing it, even us as people hearing it,
It
affects our emotions.
Yes.
And that is an interesting point, because a lot of bills, just like those people, are in a very messed up state. I would never take that away. That's a horrible
put them
thing.
on TV.
They prey on all of us.
Yeah.
Them, by preying on those people and us hearing about it, are in an emotional state. So they're preying on us that way, like through a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
And then they immediately integrate legislature while we're all in the wake of something crazy that happened,
using
that
a
could
name.
have been thought. Yeah, using a name and pictures over and over again.
They named the bills like Protect Our Children
Yeah,
Act, and you're like, how could you vote against Protect Our Children Act?
That's
Maybe because they
terrible.
tried to sneak in $60 billion for fucking Chinese polygraphy studies.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
How's that in that bill? What does that have to do with protect? Like they always
Yeah.
try to do some shit like that, and then you vote against it, and then they tell, look, he doesn't care about children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes along with scaring people in another way. Like before, we were talking about being afraid of fire, and you want to stay away from fire. But if you're it makes people afraid of guns. The media associates these terrible things with guns. We were talking earlier about how every time you hear about a gun or a shooting, you automatically think, if there's a gun around, there's bodies dropping, people are dying. And I think that scares people into not wanting anything to do with it. And if you're already scared over something and then you don't want anything to do with it, and you've made a stand that has been implemented in your mind as a moral, then you're never going to go near it, and you've just propagated a problem. Because those things that you're afraid of, you would have immediate access to control over them if you would approach it and realize you have control over this tool, just like a hammer, just like a car, just like a staple gun. But they're afraid to get to that point, so they'll never learn. It's a perfect storm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can't educate somebody that doesn't want to be like we said, the what was the analogy I used? Like the hate that people get inside of them, like about any topic like this, like abortion rights, gun rights, whatever fucking rights that you want to fucking talk about, or whatever political thing that they use to separate people and to divide and to make you join their side. Like both sides do it. Both sides play the fear game. They got one side
we're talking about.
Yeah, one side is saying that you don't care about kids you because you want to keep your guns. The other side is saying they just want to take your guns and fucking kill you. So it makes everybody at heightened emotional state, and you're not reasonable at that point. So you're easily manipulated.
Yeah, and you're right. It turns into hate.
And it turns into hate, fear. It's ignorance. It's the
racism
same,
for whatever.
It's racism
right?
for guns, right? Like it's the same thing. Like if you're racist against someone, if you hate a group of people, you're not going to want to be educated about those people. You're not going to want to learn more about those people. You don't want to find out ways that you're the same way as these people.
It's an irrational hate.
And it's an irrational hate. You have this feeling, whether it's because some fucking black guy looked at your great grandmother wrong in a fucking a white only cafe in 1940, and now your fucking family's carried this beef since forever, and because you just hate is taught at home, so you know what I mean? Like, it gets festers, and
it also comes with hate. Hate is born however it's born. Like you said, like your great grandmother got beat up by a black guy or something. For example, that was a terrible thing to say.
Or some people are just hateful.
They are hateful, but that is fostered. That's fostered by ignorance, which is no exposure to the truth. So if you have just like what I'm talking about with anything, with firearms in particular, I was talking about, these people are not exposed. If you come from a KKK family, you don't have any black friends. Mm-hmm. And how are you going to know anything about black people if you don't talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so you're just ignorant.
You're just ignorant to this subject. And that is wow, that's racism.
Yeah, you're ignorant to the subject. You're irrational. You don't want to hear the other side.
Yeah.
And then if you do, right, because then there are those people that somehow break through that fucking mold or that threshold, and then they do meet a black guy, and that black guy, they have an interaction with him, and it changes them.
Yeah.
Fundamentally, like now they're like, wow, maybe I was wrong.
Yep.
This guy isn't that bad. You know why? You know, like all of a sudden you're questioning things
Yep.
because you've been exposed to more information.
Exactly.
You've had a different experience than what you've already been programmed to fucking feel like. You know, like you see that in the only way we really get to see these visual expressions of these things is in like movies. And in movies, you see those groups of hateful people with that one person that's kind of on the fence, and they go along with
Yeah.
it because that's their group and that's
Yeah.
all they know, and they don't want to deviate from that, right?
Right, but you could tell it's like their inner conflict.
That's
and-
the one that
yeah.
gets turned, right?
Yeah.
Because then they get access to more information, and they're like, "Oh, I'm out of this bubble
Yep. Yep.
that I'm in."
And that's ironic that we see that ever in Hollywood, because that's what they do. Is they push this, what you said before, these people are programmed. You yourself have probably never had that bad experience that was given to you. You were given this fear, which is worth the experience of the person that gave it to you. That was their experience, which may have been passed down again. But that's how these things propagate themselves without you stopping it and being like, well, let me see what it's about, you know? And who knows how far that can go. Our history, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of the history that you and I learned, we went through the same school system for a while anyway. I don't trust it. I can't trust it. Why? Because I trusted it.
They said a lot of wrong shit. And
Yeah.
remember how long it was that we were taught Christopher Columbus discovered America?
Yep. Yep.
Did they know that he didn't discover America and they just kept saying it, or were they stupid too?
Right.
You know?
And why?
Yeah.
And why did you make me celebrate something? You know, all of the things that we celebrate, as a matter of fact, they really don't have, 90% of them anyway, have no real impact on you. Maybe your birthday, maybe like Mother's Day and Father's Day. I mean, those days are picked. You know, you want to celebrate, you have somebody. You do that every day, right? That's the whole classic thing. But all of these days that we celebrate, dare I say, Christmas, Easter.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I'm a Christian.
Easter. Yeah.
But like,
Easter.
what are we taught? Am I thinking that I'm doing the right thing, but doing the wrong thing? Just like the Nazis?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm just saying, people that were doing terrible things in life thought they were doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
what am I doing?
Yeah.
If I think I'm a righteous man, don't I have the duty to stop and think like, whoa, let me just take a step back. I don't have to do anything right now, but don't I have to think, maybe, am I doing the right thing? Or am I just another fucking sheep?
Cog in the wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there is any of that self-evaluation, because this isn't self-thinking. It's mob thinking.
Yeah.
You're part of a group, and it's like your group identity. That's fucking another thing. Like, this is kind of like a funny segue, but because this is the kind of same mentality that we're talking about, I was listening to the I don't know if you listen to PBD podcast with Patrick David. He's done a whole bunch of shit, but anyway, he
know
had
his
God Sod on, and they were talking about
Gad Saad, yes.
you're
He's
talking about
great.
transgender kids, right? And like how Bill Maher is getting a lot of flack for that monologue he did. I don't know if you saw it.
No, what did he
but
say?
he did a monologue
No
on
favorite.
it's like he's like, is this a trend? Because it's if it's sociological and it's because people are waking up to it, how come it's only prevalent in California and New York, but in Youngstown, Ohio, the rates aren't the same of transgender kids?
Oh, so he questioned it.
So he's questioning it. Is this a fad? Like, are people just doing it because it's the cool thing to do? Because at the rate of growth in 20 years, we're all going to be gay.
Wow.
Like that was his fucking shit, and he's been getting a lot of fucking heat because he's saying,
Well, I don't understand. Was he questioning it, saying, "Is this something propagated and becoming something?" But
he's
that there
saying it's
aren't
like a fad. Like kids are doing it because it's the cool thing to do. You know, and they were talking about the same thing. Like your kids are getting exposed to this, and now if you're just a white male, you're not special. You're not a victim.
You're the public enemy number one if you're a white Christian straight male.
Yeah, and it's like you're not gonna get any you're not included in like everybody's like Pride Month. Like you see all the kids like have this flag, and it's like if you're gay or not.
Well, all social movements start as that, don't they? They start as a fad. Somebody sees it, somebody does it. Somebody sees it, somebody does it, and it spreads like that. And of course, there's a possibility. Always been a possibility in my mind that was predisposed, that was thought of, and they slowly throw stuff out. I personally think that they're demasculating us, our entire society, because strong men change and revolt. And I think that they're making it harder and harder for that. And I think that they pushed that in there. Like I've heard rumors, and like I've done research in that conspiracy world. And, the hippie movement was a creation by the CIA. Acid and LSD trips, not only were they used in mind control from the CIA's own programs, but that was spread out into the public and created to cause what? I don't know, a whole generation. Maybe that was the first generation that let go of their morals.
Break the homes.
The homes, yeah. I mean, dare I say that's kind of right there. We were talking about that earlier. That's that generation right before you and me. That's our parents' generation, the hippie movement. And that was thrown in there. The Grateful Dead, the Beatles. I'm not
men out of the house.
But those
men
are
out of the house.
Yeah, and I've heard that those musicians and those artists were kind of contracted, and they have their names, and they were let into a lot of popularity by large forces, by the Central Intelligence Agency, and even before then. I mean, listen, it's conjecture, I guess, coming out of my mouth, but that's what I've heard. And in the research I've done on the websites, on the internet.
In the interwebs.
Yeah, so.
The webbies. That's the bona fide research that you can do these days. Like, if you go to the library, it's tough to find, like, I don't know. All information, I feel like now is, like, in jeopardy. Right, like I can't trust any news unless it comes from Ron Paul. Like that's the only news source. Like that's the only person's word I can trust.
Yeah,
is Ron Paul now.
Yeah, I don't know who to trust. And it's almost not even. It's definitely being a lot of stuff is being withheld from us. I feel like, but it's also being drowned out. It's like we have if you went to the library, there's a certain amount of books in there on any day. You brought 100,000 more than yesterday. There's still a certain amount of books, but that internet, you could drown a yacht in the internet, Yeah. So I think that I don't trust a lot. And I do understand that it is so easy for them to control us. With the invention of the internet in and of itself, do you know how easy it is to control an entire society of people? It's like throwing a stone in a pond. That ripple goes all the way across it. Yeah. So, maybe Bill Maher was right, and it is being propagated in certain areas, and it's just rippling out. Eventually, it will get everywhere. I don't know if I respect what he said, because I go up and down with that guy.
I know.
And his politics.
But
and all
you know
that
what?
bullshit.
He's a moderate liberal.
I know.
He's not a far lefty.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
And that's refreshing in and of itself, but still.
Everywhere is getting.
I don't trust anybody nowadays. It's like, if you have a big enough voice, I feel like I have more reason to not trust you than to trust you.
Yeah. Yeah, because how'd you get there?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're at like a turning point. We're getting to this, I forgot what it's called, where you're like at the top, and then it's going to start swinging back the other way. because a lot of lefties are like, this is too left now. Mm-hmm. Like, this is getting out of control because now, I don't know if you know, CNN has a new boss, and like he's made it his mission to like not to bring CNN back to news as opposed to being polarizing and obviously biased.
Right.
And that he's like, they're watching the main heads, like all the main faces, to see who can fall in line with this new directive, and then the people that can't fall in line, they're gonna get rid of. Like, they're looking at like fucking Brian Stelter and fucking those main characters who are just, it's just obviously biased, and they've turned so many people off. They tried to launch that subscription service.
I don't trust it.
The CNN Plus, like they tried to do like the thing.
They fucked that up.
They spent like $400 million.
Yeah, and they got 10,000 viewers or something.
Well, how are you going to try to charge people for something that they get for free that they don't even want for free?
Oh, they gave a valiant effort. But listen, they could turn their whole page fucking red and talk about guns all day. Yeah. I don't trust them.
I don't trust anything
because the guy that owns it is the same guy, and I don't trust that. What's his name? Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
You know how far deep down the line that guy goes? They're gonna fire him.
Yeah.
No fucking
shot.
way.
But that's the thing too. You have all the what is it? Operation Mockingbird, where all the CIA infiltrated like the news and stuff to propagandize the American people.
Of course.
Or I think it was Mockingbird. But
or was it Paperclip?
You hear about these things. No, Paperclip was
that was that other crazier shit actually.
Damn, I forgot what Paperclip is. I'm getting so Nazi lost in these fucking. Oh yeah, Paperclip was all the fucking Nazi scientists that went to NASA and and all that shit.
Yeah.
No, this Operation Mockingbird was getting people in, like, from the CIA and from intelligence into positions of influence within these media companies. And that's what you see the result of that. You see now that all these corporate media companies are just talking, they're just megaphones for the government. And the government is controlled by corporations. So it's like everything's worked towards corporations. Corporations have taken over to the point where they run the government, and the government does corporate bidding.
Yep.
They use the military to fulfill corporate bidding, and then they use the media to sell it to us.
Oh yeah. And it's a river. It's a torrent that you get sucked into when you're a kid, and you don't even know you're flying down it, drowning. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely crazy until you step out, and then they have other measures that they use, and they call you crazy if you just stop and wait and go, wait, whoa, holy cow, am I moving this fast? Am I jerking off 8 times while I take a shit in the morning? Did I get caught up in this whole thing and I didn't even realize it? But by the time you get to that point, you're already like nuts. And, I don't, because we can't register how far we've been indoctrined. Mm-hmm. How are we supposed to know? That you can't look inward, like you said before. Everything. They've taken that. Mm-hmm. So in order to investigate it, you're doing that for our kids, because I don't want to continue it. I would like to break a shitty cycle if I can. Mm-hmm. And so we're fighting ourselves so that we can help our kids not be like us. And we don't know who started it or why they started it or when they did, So now, like the other day, I'm in the middle of a move. We found all these old cassette tapes, Disney cassette tapes. And I look at them fondly, and my wife wanted to keep them. And then I realized what I know now, and I threw them the fuck out. All these cute plastic covered like video cassette VCR tapes. Mm. And we had Snow White. We had Bambi. We had Pinocchio. We had Fantasia. Man, whoa, man.
Sold them.
All of them. Yeah, no. I probably should have sold them. I threw them right the fuck out in a
dumpster.
Them in
their fucking drawn-in penises.
Yeah, drawn-in penises. That's the least of it, bro. My kid doesn't know what a fucking penis is. You know what she does know, though? Mm. At the beginning of every one of those movies, something tragic happens to somebody they relate to. A princess or a fucking little doll. you know, or somebody dies. The deer's mother dies in the first 10 minutes of that movie in Bambi. And they're sucked in just like that. And then everything else that ensues, they don't even register it. It just goes right into their fucking brains. And it's at that developmental point that was purposeful. You know, like Pinocchio, bro. I loved that movie. Did you watch it ever recently?
What about the scene when he has like the nose growing under the blanket, right? And he's pushing it down like a fucking dick.
Yeah. Or how about this kid was animated by some creepy guy, right? And then he gets up and the guy says, "Stay here." And he doesn't. He goes out. And what does he see out on the town? He's like, sees all these shadows walking around really tall, and he's kind of scared. So now the kid watching is like, oh my God, I'm scared with him. And so they relate to this character and they suck you right into it. And then all of a sudden, who comes up? This wolf-looking guy with his lapels up high on this thing, and he's smoking a cigar, and he's like, "Hey, kid, what are you fucking doing? You know, come with me. I'll show you a good time." And he takes him somewhere, and he throws him on a train. And he gets on the train, and there's the train is full of kids. Where's he taking him? He's taking him to an island, he said. So he put him on a train full of kids to go to an island. And all these kids are like kind of freaked out at first. And then all of a sudden they start passing things out for these kids so they can relax. Snacks, sugary snacks, cigarettes, or something that looks like cigarette. But when they smoke it, their eyes turn into crosses. Is that weird? Or they drink something and they're like, they have this dozy thing happen to their head. And then they wake up at a fucking island. And then they get out and all these kids are doing these heathenist things. And we learned that as 3-year-old fucking kids? Dude, the whole premise behind this fucking movie is insane. Rewatch this movie, bro.
I don't want to.
It is so crazy.
I have the Disney Channel.
I steal it.
Yeah, I have it from I think I have it from my Hulu package.
Oh yeah.
It comes with my Hulu package. So I got Disney, Discovery, or National Geographic, and ESPN. That's the fucking ABC suite.
Nice.
Right? And I never even thought about that. I haven't watched Pinocchio in so long, but
yeah, my brother actually told me about that, and I had to go and investigate it, and I was horrified.
Really?
Because it's so real. It is insidious how they plant this fear into our kids so that they watch, and then they just soak this in, bro. And in the end, it's always the same beginning. They always a tragic beginning. They lose somebody, and then they're taken into something dark. It's fucking fucked up.
Yeah, buddy. Well, we got to wrap it up because I got to get out of here. This was fun.
This was awesome.
What
time is it? 9:30?
9:30. It's almost bedtime for the dads,
Oh my
bro.
God, it is.
It's almost dad. Do you feel yourself doing like what dad shit do you feel yourself doing now? Like,
I'll tell you, actually, I almost forgot to just say it because of what we were talking about. The daddest shit that I ever did. And I have a fucking hard on when I did it. I'm on the phone with Verizon canceling my cable. Canceled.
You canceled the cable?
Done. I ruined a $240 bill for them because you know what I did?
What?
Big boy daddy move. I got a Fire Stick and I got it jailbroken. I got this program, guy. Listen to this shit. 7,500 channels.
What?
Anything. All cable. Live streaming. I don't want to watch this right now. Boom. I throw it on HBO 2, whatever. Yeah. Cinemax, Showtime,
nice.
UK.
I need to know more about this.
Dude. It's crazy. There is there's 3,500 24/7 channels. So go to this channel. What do you feel like watching, dude? You want to watch Breaking Bad? There's a channel that plays it 24/7. You want to watch Forged in Fire? 24/7. Jaws? 24/7. Anything you want. There's a Lethal Weapon
Jungle
channel,
Tits?
bro.
Is there Jungle Tits channel?
If that's real, I'm sure there is a Jungle Tits. If it's not here, it's in the UK. They do all the weirdest shit. But that was the daddest move, bro. I got rid of my cable. I kept the Wi-Fi, and now I'm hitting them where it hurts.
Hell yeah.
I'm taking all my money back.
That's it.
Doing
the bills. That is dad shit.
Yeah, that's
cutting
dad
some
shit,
money.
Bro. I'm cutting it.
Cutting some
gotta
money
buy
down.
diapers.
Gotta buy
formula.
the fucking diapers.
I gotta go figure out how to make formula.
Forms. They got some shit online. I saw that has like what they used to make formula before there was formula.
Yeah.
And it's like powdered milk.
Yeah.
Like the evaporated milk, and you mix with like water and something else.
My kid went through fucking literally 4 formulas, and she's still kind of colicky about it. She gets acid reflux. Probably if you fuck that up, you're fucked. But I guess better a crying kid than a dead one.
Yeah. As long as I'm telling you, man, like that's what there's so many things going on, and there's so much to get anxiety over. And I used to talk this over with my daughter's mother all the time. And there's an anxiety you have as a parent where you want things to be perfect, and you're upset at all the things that you can't control, right? Like the crying, and like there's so many things that you can't control, but like you can control your perspective on the fact that your kid is healthy, she's fed, she's clothed, she's clean, she's growing. Like when you're hitting those benchmarks, like that's a fucking celebration every time. Like, yes, they're fucking moving her head. Like, you know, like they got, she's crawling. Nice. All right, we're getting into the crawl, you know? And it just goes by so fast, man. Yeah, appreciate that shit, because before you know it, they're in your face. They're listening to your fucking YouTube videos and telling you your jokes are stupid, and you're upset. Then they make you cry at home, and your kids. The funny thing is when they get older and they start talking, for me at least, I start feeling like damn, like I don't know, like I don't want to say not worthy, but I feel like I'm not living up to the response. Like I don't feel like you can ever live up to the responsibility like that you're on. Like no matter what you want her
to be better than you, and how can you give her more than what you are? So I get it. It's inherent. You're never. And they do
have so much. They grow up so much fucking smarter than us already.
I guess you're never gonna leave that inadequacy feeling. Nobody. I don't think either of us could.
No,
because you always want more. You always want her to have more.
Yeah.
I want her to have more.
Well, I want you guys to have more of these episodes. We're gonna try to crank these bitches out every week. So we'll be back here. We're recording here. Thank you, Dojo of Comedy, Mike.
Yeah, thanks, Mikey.
For hooking us up with some studio time.
Hey, thanks, Sam.
Dojo of Comedy, Sammy Trips.
Thanks, Sam.
Sammy Triple Lees, who doesn't know we're here right now, but I'm sure he would approve if he knew that we were here.
We will have you on if you're interested.
Yeah, if he's into it. Sam, if you're listening to this first episode, you're a dad too.
You can bring Ninja if you want.
Mike's gonna be on. Yeah, we're gonna have, once I figure out this Mike situation, we'll bring some more mics on, have more people, have guests. If Mike can't make it, I'm still bringing I'll bring a homeless dad off the streets. I know he's fucked somebody.
Yeah, true.
All right. That's it.
All right.
Thanks.
Great, man.
See ya. Mwah.
You're listening to my daddy of the Figgas.